We grow up believing that success follows a straight path, but often it begins with moments we almost ignore. A thought, a book, a quiet nudge, a conversation, an irritation. Welcome to the Shift series, where we uncover the ordinary moments behind extraordinary success.
Hello, my name is Chinedu Tony Ezeh. I am a pharmacist. I am a youth health advocate, and I am the founder of Project DASA. Project DASA is a youth health initiative where we help young people make better decisions and before they encounter the consequence of drug abuse, before they go into drug abuse. So what we basically do, the first thing we started doing in Project DASA is to enlighten young people, create awareness on drug and substance abuse. Initially, we thought young people did not know the consequences of drug abuse, but after about reaching almost 1,000 students, we found out that they knew. But the problem was making decision in the moment of tension, and so it has moved from just awareness to being a preventive group where I, being the founder and team lead, with a couple of other young people, decided how can we help young people not go into drug abuse at all. We started exploring preventive strategies. Okay, so that's basically what we do. So we also do webinars, which is also around exploring prevention, protective factors for young people, helping parents, helping teachers, helping youth leaders to understand young people, how to talk to them about risky behaviors, drug and substance abuse, and so on. So yeah, that's what we do. So where did the shift come in? This is a very interesting question for me because really I can't really hold a time in space or time where I observed that was the point that the shift came in. But I know when I was searching for ideas. I, I know when there was no focus, basically. I think one of that time was in 2023. I was doing my a composite internship in a hospital in Edo State. And I remember trekking back home that evening and I was just praying. I said, God, what's going on? I need to figure out my life. Like, not that I wasn't confused, I was in internship, but I was already looking into the future. What am I going to do? That was my question. What am I going to do? And over and over again, that was a constant process. But I found out that things started changing gradually. Okay, I found out that I was more interested in solving problems. I gradually started getting used to solving problems. I wanted to solve a problem. So the first thing I started doing after that time was I found out that majorly it was around young people. Okay, it was around young people. I started an initiative as at that time, which was on sexual and reproductive health, where I enlightened young people because I was a pharmacist. I am a pharmacist. I wanted to help young people stigmatize health topics like this one, that's sex. So infections. Some people don't have who to run to, and they need counseling. So I started training myself in that area, and I started doing outreaches. When I see young people who have issues in that area, I counsel them. Oh, it's a dirty topic. I talk about it. That was the first thing I started doing. So because I'm a pharmacist, okay, they need help on this. What do I do? I counsel them. Okay, this is the medication to take, but protect yourself. Try to stop it. Don't do this. Don't do that. Basically, understanding them and solving that problem, and then it evolved into another risky substance, risky behavior, or stigmatized behavior, which I was calling at that time, which is around drug abuse. And then gradually it started evolving to um, doing campaigns, online campaigns on drug and substance abuse. And then I now started working in a federal neuropsychiatric hospital where I saw real life cases of what drugs has been doing to people. And That was when I did my first major outreach, which that was where I reached out to 1,000 students in Benin City, Edo State, on drug and awareness on that was Project DASA 1.0. This was in 2025. Okay, early 2025. That was March 2025. Prior before now, I have been planning, I've been thinking, strategizing, looking for how to get funds, and by God's grace, funds came in. And yeah, fast forward, that was the beginning of an interesting journey. Research, looking at people's behavior, young people's behavior, the society's behavior towards young people, looking at the issues young people face that are not spoken but are real. Okay, and then when a young person falls victim, they'll be like, organize yourself, put yourself together, those kind of words. And but nobody came to counsel them, nobody came to their aid, nobody cares to listen to them. Everybody is just moving on their own. And that was where I started exploring things around mental health. And then by the grace of God, Project Dasa 2.0 and 3.0, which is what we're on. And then we started a webinar series, which we invite seasoned speakers, mental health professionals, psychologists, psychotherapists, family therapists. In fact, there is a webinar coming up next month, August 22nd, which is What Do I Say? It's a webinar for parents, teachers, youth leaders that want to have hard discussions, okay, discussions around drugs, discussions around risky practices, discussions around just trying to get to know your young ones, your teenagers, your youth, young people around you. And so we're inviting a family therapist to talk to us on that because it is important. For us, prevention begins before the first drug is given, before a child takes any drug, before a child abuses any drug, before a young person abuses any drug. Prevention begins way before, and prevention begins with listening and then a conversation, not telling them the facts. Oh, this drug will kill your liver. You become mad. Some of them don't care anymore. You have to understand their situations to know how to um, tailor these preventive strategies to them. So that's it. So there wasn't really a time that I consciously knew that the shift had happened, but it was something that evolved gradually. But one thing I knew was that I was interested in solving problems. I was interested in my environment. I looked within myself and I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? What problem can I solve? I know many people might say, oh, you need money to do this, you need money to do that. I started picturing myself in a way that what can I do with what I have? I had so many limitations. There were a lot of limitations. A lot. A lot. But I began to program my brain, my mindset, and God helping me as a believer. I believe in the spirit of God. I believe in praying in tongues. And these principles have helped me train my mind in a way that if it's a financial issue, I can think a way around it. Just give me time. Just give me time. If I can't think a way around it, someone will come and will bring the supply. So that has been the story. That has been the shift. I just wanted to solve. I just had to look around gradually and wanted to solve a problem. So my advice to anyone listening to me right now is um is all about a decision. It's all about awareness. You have to come to the point if you want to shift, okay, you have to come to a point where you know that you are a piece in everything that is happening around you that can make sense. What do I mean by that? I mean that you are important in your environment. There is something only you can see. There is something, there is a way your mind has been programmed to produce solution. It is left for you to look within and then ask God to show you. And you may not hear an audible voice or something. For me, it is an intuition, it is a moving. You may just begin to see yourself move in a particular direction. That the place you are right now, where you are, begin to ask yourself, what can I do around me? How can I be of help? Don't always be the victim. Okay, see yourself as the influencer. Then the shifts can come. See yourself as the one that can help your environment. I'm not just talking about financial. If it's finances you have, amazing. Your mind, what have you been doing with your mind? What can I do? What simple step can I do every day? What was, and it starts from asking yourself a question. What can I do? How can I influence my environment? And be patient with yourself. It won't come in one day. I hope this has blessed you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the Shift podcast.
Thank you for joining me on today's episode of the Shift Stories podcast. I hope this conversation reminded you that sometimes, perhaps most times, all you need is a single moment to change your life forever. So never underestimate the ordinary moments in your life as they hold the key to something much bigger. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification button so that you'll be notified when we drop a new video. Until next time, bye.